That's right. We have a local singer-songwriter who graduated from Powers High School, oh, those many years ago. Dan Hall, welcome to the morning show.
Thank you, Joel. It's good to be with you.
Tell me before, he's got a gig coming up this weekend for St. Patty's Day, but before we get into that, a little bit about you and the singing and the songwriting, and why do you do this? You've done it all your life, right?
I have.
Over 40 years.
I got to make things up and people would listen after I finished, so I was like making mud pies out of words for all those years, and so I've enjoyed, and then I started doing it with kids in schools. I couldn't get enough of that, so 20 years of writing songs with kids in schools throughout Michigan as well.
And I remember you wrote a great song about Angelos, or sang one about Angelos.
Yeah, the Ode to the Coney, the sit-down strike song in Flint.
Yeah, the sit-down strike, and he
songs.
performed right before Bill Clinton was in Flint a few years back. But we want to talk about St. Patty's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
That's on Saturday. You're going to be at the Holiday Inn, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, why don't you play a little something for us?
Man.
What do you got for us this morning,
This is
Dan?
the great little, the tale of the beggar.
Okay,
The
here we go.
beggarman.
Dan Hall.
I am a little beggar man, a begging I have been, now for 60 more in this little Isle of Green. Known from the Liffey down to Sigew, I'm known by the name of old Johnny Doo. Of all the trades that's going, now sure begging is the best. For when a man is tired, he can sit down and rest. Beg for his dinner, for he's nothing else to do, only cut around the corner in his old rigadoo. Diddly idle doodle idle diddly idle diddly ootin idle doodle idle diddly idle a dootin idle doodle idle diddly idle diddly ootin idle doodle idle dum dum. I slept in the barn down at the Currabon when a wet night came on, so I slept till the dawn. Holes in the roof and the rain pouring through, and the cats and the rats, they were playing peekaboo. Who should awaken but the woman of the house with her white spotty apron and a calico blouse? She began to frighten and I said boo, don't be afraid, ma'am, it's only Johnny Doo. Diddly idle doodle idle diddly idle diddly ootin idle doodle idle diddly idle a dootin idle doodle idle diddly idle diddly ootin idle doodle idle
Dan Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Very good, Dan. We look forward to seeing you this Saturday at the Holiday Inn, 7 o'clock, and it's a fundraiser, right?
For the Flint Folk Music Society, help out with their summer festival.
Dan, thank you. Back to you guys inside. Welcome back, everybody. We're here with singer-songwriter Dan Hall, a local institution, if you ask me. He's been around for a little while, and before we get into the singing, Dan, and I know you have a concert this weekend that we want to tell people about, tell me, you were mentioning in the break about the restaurants that you opened. You were the first singer ever. I thought that was interesting. Go through some of those.
Churchill's, the first one. Rubes, I was the very first singer to ever work there. Redwood Lodge on the New Year's Eve party, the very first one, before they even had the Sequoia Lounge.
You played at Bubba's. You've played all over.
I'm probably the only musician who ever played at Angelo's.
You've played at Angelo's.
Well, we did the thing for TV12, the music video for TV12.
Okay,
years ago.
all right. You
remember
did
that station? I still kind of remember.
The local station? I've never heard of them. Anyway, what have you got? You've got a concert on Saturday, 7 o'clock. It's for charity, right?
It's for the Flint Folk Music Society to raise money for their summer fest.
Holiday Inn,
and
please
it's an old-fashioned St. Patty's Day party like the Patty McGee's of old.
Well, take us through a little bit. Play us a song for St. Patty's Day, Dan.
I'm as happy as a king when I catch a breath of spring, and the grass is turning green as winter ends, and the geese are on the wing, and the thrushes start to sing, and I'm headed down the road to see my friends. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues. I have rosin in me pocket for me bow, and my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I have friends in every town as I ramble up and down, making music in the markets and the squares, and the donkeys and the reels and the farmers making deals, and the yellow-headed tinker selling wares. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues. I have rosin in me pocket for me bow, and my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. Here's a health to one and all, to the big and to the small, to the rich and poor alike, and foe and friend. And when we return again, may our foes have turned to friends, and may peace and joy be with you until then. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues. I have rosin in me pocket for me bow, and my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues.
Hall, everybody. Very good, Dan. We wish you continued success.
Thank you, Joel.
And you can be reached, you got a website?
DanHall.com.
DanHall.com. He's got
Yep.
CDs.
Facebook, YouTube,
He
Dan Hall
has
Music
performed
Channel.
in every Genesee County area
That's
that
right.
tavern or whatever since
This is my hometown.
40 or so years.
God, 40 years.
It's been a long time since Powers High School.
That's right.
But Saturday night, Holiday Inn, 7 o'clock. It's for charities.
Yep.
Check him out. It's a perfect way to celebrate St. Patty's Day,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. We're bringing the green.
Maybe have a little adult beverage at the time.
Hey, a wee drop of the creature.
We drop at the creature. All right.
Nice.
Kevin McUselman, take it away, big fella in the weather department.
I just love this guy. He's like our own personal four-leaf clover today, Joel.
Okay, yes, he is.
Good,
Dan Hall.
good stuff. All right, hey.